What's going on, crime fighters? This your boy Knight,
and I'm Logan,
and welcome back to the Film Cave, your one-stop shop for any and all things entertainment,
with a little bit extra on the side from the Knight and myself.
Yes, sir. And boy, do we have a lot of shit.
Oh man,
to go through today.
The hype is real this week. Let me tell you that.
The hype is definitely real. Thank God, because we're having a few, rough weeks.
That's
going on
sure.
there.
Our weekly shows are about to be spectacular once again, starting next week. We'll always have a pretty good topic to talk about.
Yes, this Friday we have Miss WandaVision.
Oh my God.
Yeah, 15th? That Friday? Yeah. Ooh, it's the week, man. Before we get into the thing, are you excited? I know you're excited, but are you excited? It's around the corner.
So I don't know if I could be much more excited, to be honest. Wanda's literally my favorite live a character that's alive currently in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and so I've been this has been my most anticipated show, and I've been trying to stay away from spoilers or anything like that. But the cast and Kevin Feige and guys were doing some interviews, and also some press people got to see it early, the first 3 episodes, and I've heard nothing but great things from it. And then also one thing that I remember, the director, I was watching an interview with him, and he spoke about storytelling and how in a show, he's like, by the end of this show, he's like, everything's going to culminate, and he's like, if you don't finish a show and just feel like you just got your socks knocked off, and then you go watch it again and see tidbits that you missed the first time, he's like that's storytelling. He's like, if you don't have those types of things, you're not finished with the script. And I was like, holy shit. I was like the certainty is like, I've missed that. You watch a movie and you're like, okay, that was a little unfinished. Or Cyberpunk, it was a big ordeal, and it's like they didn't even finish that shit. And it's like to have the certainty, and Kevin Feige coming out and saying oh no, we've got things, we're already planning things for the end of the 2020s. We've already got those kind of mapped out, and I'm like, holy shit, thank you. I need, with COVID, I need the certainty in my life again. The fact that they've got my back. Disney Plus will always be going. Theaters might be shut down, but Disney Plus, I got those shows, and so I'm excited to finally get into the world of Marvel TV, starting with WandaVision, man.
Right. It's definitely creating a hype train. And for those of you watching, clearly you clicked on the video, the title of the video. This is a very Marvel very Marvel centric show today, because Kevin Feige just showed his ass this week. Dropping all type of little statements and interviews and things like that. So it's gonna be a lot of Marvel news. But before we get into that, you guys know we have our Out There in the World section. So me and Logan, we're huge nerds of the film world. That is given. There's a few other things along the way we'd like to talk about. And whether that news still end up being movie shit or a little something different. So I personally this week, do I have any? Yeah, I will. I say I tried to put it into our main topic with Marvel, but I was like, it's small enough that we can kind of talk about it in this segment. But I'm gonna let you go first, brother. You have anything you want to point out or say? Talk to me.
This is the area. You and I, big NBA guys, and a little close to home. But what are you thinking on Kyrie at the moment? We both we were kind of over his BS weeks ago, and he seems to be on it tenfold. And they just kind of came out and said that he apparently went to a family party of some sort, and was taking a video of with no mask on, things like that. So I was just gonna see, since that's your team, do you approve, disapprove, or you just kind of let's just let him do his thing?
No, he needs to shut the fuck up. Kyrie is a special kind of arrogant. Brother, we get you smart, we get you intelligent, you speak well, interviews, all that, we got it. Shut the fuck up. You're doing too much. Now it's from the earth is flat to I don't need no damn coach to all of this shit just stop. Like the media and pawns, I'm like, bruh, like you're on some shit. So he's doing that, and now Kevin Durant is out because he's exposed to COVID and all type of shit. I'm just like, can we get a break as a team? Like just a little bit, a little bit. Because I remember last night I was on 2K, and I was about to bust my friend's ass, and then I picked Brooklyn. I'm like, all right, cool, here we go. When the shit started loading, I was like, what the fuck? Whoa, where's KD? Was not on the starting roster because 2K is too fucking realistic. So when shit happens and nobody's playing, they take him out from the fucking roster. I'm like, hilarious. Oh my god, you assholes. But I still end up whooping his ass anyway. But
there you go.
Right. So, but yeah, no, Kyrie, I just think needs to shut the hell up. He's doing too much. He's doing a lot more damage than he is good. I don't know what this, independence is he's trying to do or believes he's doing. Like, nobody's questioning your shit. Like, just enough.
Yeah. For me, it was that thing, hey, if you need to take some personal time, you got, because it kind of seemed like, okay, when the bubble happened last season, they were talking about, should we play, should we be the face of, social justice, or should we go to our active communities and try to help out in these times? And Kyrie was big on that. He was like, no, don't play. He was against it. He's like, we should be in our communities. And then this Capitol thing happened. And that's when he kind of was like, hey, let's go ahead and, like, he's like, I'm gonna be out for a minute. And it's like, but you're not doing anything. Like, if you want to be social justice, if you want to, like, it seems like he's just like, I don't really feel like playing with what's going on in the world. And it's like, we're paying you to play. If you don't want to play for this reason, do something in that, because Brooklyn will support it like crazy. If he comes out and starts, being a celebrity face against this type of stuff, which obviously everyone's against it that has a brain in their head. But I wish that he, like, if he was doing that, was active in that realm, I'd say, hey, don't play until, as long as you want. If you feel like you have another thing you should be doing, by all means. But I did finally see something that said, like, Kyrie will be losing like $600,000 a game that he doesn't play, and I was like, Jesus Christ! Like, that's how much a contract in the NBA is for a star. So, I just, because I like Kyrie, we both like Kyrie. I saw somebody say, all y'all, didn't give the props to LeBron, how he somehow contained that crazy motherfucker.
Oh, I saw that.
It's like, you had no idea that he was that rough to be around. And he, that's the thing though, is I think he's come into his own even more, and so he's like, I do what I want, and it's tough for the team, I feel like, more so. So I hope that it works out. And that's what's frustrating. I'll say this little last bit. I don't think he's truly earned it yet, because outside of LeBron, he really hasn't stepped up or shined or really like, hey, I'm Kyrie, I'm the big powerhouse that took a team anywhere by himself.
Right, because his mouth and his bullshit always came in between for doing that. So I'm like, don't do that shit here. Don't fuck up my ring chances.
Well, that's the thing, is there is nothing more, I guess attractive isn't the word, but it is, like, to get behind a team or behind players. It's when all that personal shit goes away, and it's like, hey, we're winning a ring.
Right.
And like, when you start hearing people that's their mindset the whole time, you're about it. And you can tell when a whole team is like, hey, this is ring or bust. And like, the best thing is when there's 3 or 4 teams that are saying that, and that's when some playoffs can get crazy. So I wish, no, exactly. So because even KD, he's probably not as I don't know, confident in himself. It's his first season back from being injured, and it would be great to have somebody there that he can lean on and things like that. And this has just been a rough time for the chemistry of the team. So I just, I hope he comes back and they dominate. But I mean, as it looks right now, they were talking about how they haven't even really had any contact. So I don't know.
I don't know. It's ridiculous.
It is.
It's like the man has a lot to prove, especially coming off Golden State, and now Kyrie's up here fucking that shit up. It's like, bro, get it together. All right, get it together.
For sure.
Well, to other people, he ain't got shit to prove to me, but to people that think you know, you won because of Golden State and all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So Kyrie, stop fucking it up, please. Thanks. So interesting bit I saw. And I was like, wait, what? And it's one of my favorite directors. So Darren Aronofsky is coming back.
Okay.
And he's having a lovely another A24 movie. So you know this movie is about to be just fucking batshit.
Sure.
But the premise, I'm like, huh? So it's called The Whale. And it's starring Brendan Fraser.
Yep.
And it follows a 600-pound recluse who is hiding away from the world and slowly eating himself to death. This is an actual movie. A24, Darren Aronofsky. It was just weird as fuck to me. I don't know what possibly this could be. I don't even know. It's just weird. But I'm sure at some end of it, it's going to be this mind-blowing, warped, fucking mind-fuck of a conclusion that, I don't know. That's what I love about Darren Aronofsky. He chooses films that are just completely outside of the box. Like,
Sure.
You wouldn't even think, like, oh, shit, like, okay. Like, I don't know how you feel about Mother, but everyone hated that movie. But I'm like, oh, I thought it was pretty damn good, especially, you know, what it was about, you know,
Yeah.
and what is it called? An allegory, too?
Yeah.
So I was like, I just found that pretty interesting. So I was like, oh, okay, good for you. Here's a new film out. But I just want to see it over general curiosity versus like, oh, this sounds really damn good. Yeah, it sounds wild to me, but I don't know.
Yeah, when I saw that announced, I think it was yesterday that I saw it announced, and I was sitting there with my boss and my coworker, and my boss multiple times has talked about Brendan Fraser and how he was like the biggest A-list star at the time, you know, Mummy and stuff like that. And he was like, my boss was talking about how he starts watching Doom Patrol, and he's like, they brought Brendan Fraser back, and he's like, awesome for him, man. He's like,
right.
It's kind of a shitty role for an actor because you got a ugly ass helmet mask on, you know, whatever. But he was like, it's like good for him. It's good to see him back.
Right.
And the first thing when I saw this announced, it was because somebody that I have notifications on retweeted the announcement and said like they're gonna revitalize Brendan Fraser's career. And I was like, oh wow, what did he get cast in? I hit it, and it's this. And I'm like, they really looked at this man and looked at his face and said, yeah, we could put some prosthetics on your body, and yeah, you could go for 600. And it's like, that's kind of rough. Like,
yeah, because he blew up.
What he did, and so it's like, you know, you're not gonna get Christian Bale, you know, like, hey, you're gonna play 600 pounds. It's like you have to have massive, you know, because he'll gain weight for a role, but he's not gonna gain enough to where his face can look like that. Brendan Fraser has a big ass head, round ass head, and I felt bad because I was like, man, I was like, look, he could win an Oscar. This could be a movie that is that type of movie. It could be crazy, it could be deep, it could be emotional, all those things. It's like, but like this has to be the movie that they bring him back. Like, I just felt bad for him because I bet you he's so excited as an actor to get a role like this. You know, because Aronofsky, that's the thing is, I mean, any movie he makes automatically has a ton of, you know, people are looking for it. Right. And so, you know, he's got to be excited because this is a big deal. But it's like, you don't play 600-pound guy that's killing himself by eating. It's like that's a rough time, my boy.
It's gonna be about America.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Sure.
And,
and it's wild too because like my boss's accountant, his wife just passed away, and she was that like
600 pounds.
Like I want to say she was like 450 or something, but like couldn't walk, didn't get out of bed. Her husband had to do everything for her, like every inch of her life. Like she didn't get out of bed to go to the bathroom. She didn't do this, that, and it was strictly because that's what she wanted. She just ate, you know, and right, and so I'm sitting there like it's weird that like there are people like this all over the place. You know, right. So I'm interested to see, like, this could be Joker-esque in terms of getting into the mental state of somebody that's messed up in the head, but just for a completely different thing. And so it interests me for sure. Character studies of anything can be very good. And so this one's going to be one I haven't seen before. So I like the idea of it for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And lastly, I don't know if you have anything after this, but so Black Panther 2, there's been rumblings about that. Excuse me. So Kevin Feige came out and said that officially that T'Challa will not be in the film. There's no CG rendering of him. There's none of that. It's just completely just focusing on brand new characters and exploring the world of Wakanda fully. So it's like we've officially got it. There won't even be a CG like, hey, I'm in the background, like, hey, like nothing, like wiped. Yeah. Which I am completely fine with. Sure. You want to keep him completely on the storytelling, aspect, like mention his name, like this or that, cool. But he doesn't need to be in it for me. I got it. And yeah, so that's been official. What do you think about that?
It's one of those. No, I mean, I think it's the only move you can make, to be honest. It's with what, because I would have supported a recast if they had waited a while, got somebody that literally was like all about it. Like every interview was like, I'm literally doing this for Chadwick. I'm doing this for the character that Chadwick, started, and because I am somebody. It sucks because T'Challa should have had an insanely long run in live action because of how important of a character he is. So it just sucks, and so it's my selfishness that's like, I wish there was a way that it could continue. And so I've already seen some people say, maybe because Feige basically came out and said, Ryan Coogler is hard at work. Basically, I'm guessing he's starting from scratch in a lot of ways. And so, what's he doing? Where are they going to go with it? And so I could see, like, I saw some people saying, well, what if they're going to make it into what Spider-Man 3 is and say it has to do with the multiverse? Like, Wanda breaks the multiverse here starting next week, and either they bring Killmonger in, but he is a different universe Killmonger and was raised in Wakanda. Like, he's not Killmonger, he's that guy, and so they bring Michael B. Jordan back, and he's Black Panther, he's not T'Challa, but he's that character, and continue. And I was like, shit, like I would be okay with that if they so it's like I think we all understand that whatever they decide to do, whether it's literally it starts and it says T'Challa has passed away, and we're all like, Jesus, like as the character, everybody's like, what the fuck happened? It's like, but we as people go, whatever you need to do, let's just do it. And I hope to God that the movies can still continue to be as good, as important, as needed, because it is, Shuri would be a tough sell, and I think it's capable anyway, and it's sad to say, but after his passing, doesn't matter what they do, people are going to support the shit out of this movie. I mean, like, if you thought they supported the first one, you have no idea what's about to come. So it's a sucky situation, but I think that it is a good decision, and it is one of those things I hate, that it's like I have to get excited about the thought of somebody replacing him, but I'm a fan of these movies, and so if there's a way to continue his legacy, and I mean, they could bring in this Killmonger and swap it, and it was, T'Challa was raised in Oakland and he got killed, and that's kind of what they do. And some people would say, oh, that's disrespectful. I don't think that's disrespectful. It's just multiverse shit. And this is the Black Panther, and I dig it. So it's a tough thing, and I bet Ryan Coogler has already made those decisions and he's writing a script about it, but I bet that was not an easy road to try to go down, especially being friends with Chadwick Boseman, let alone having to write a movie that he was supposed to be the lead of. It's tough, man. It's definitely
a hard pill to swallow, but it's a smart move. Definitely for the studio to do. So I agree. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so it's time to get into our main headlines of the night. But before we get into that, hit that subscribe button if you made it that far.
Subscribe.
Yes, consider subscribing, guys. Again, you'll be joining us weekly, every Wednesday for the Film Cave, as well as exclusive and other content here on the channel, as well as Logan Swish, which will be posted in the description box below. And all it takes is a finger. That's it.
Just subscribe, my boys.
That's it. Just bing, boom, and boom, and hitting that notification bell to be reminded when our faces pop up too. Yeah. That's always because we're just so pretty, so you just have to see us. It's all right. All right, so let's get into these headlines. First one I found very interesting, and
I was wondering what word you were gonna use.
Yeah, by sure a Space Jam reach, for sure. So looks like we're going for a wonderful Oscars pretty soon.
Yeah. So
WB is pushing, as if the world was in that center stage, bitch. Like we were Maxwell Lord, and that bitch put that lasso right around our ankle and said, "Oscars," all that shit.
Yeah.
So they're pushing for Wonder Woman 84 for all categories, including Best Picture for the Oscars. I'm just gonna flat out say it. This is stupid. Why? No.
Yeah.
Like not even remotely close to the slightest should this be a Best Picture nomination at all. Right. I will give you the soundtrack. That soundtrack is fucking phenomenal.
Sure.
That I will say. Go for that. But all categories? What? No, sir, Bob. What do you think?
I mean, obviously, it's a horrific decision to even this is laughable. Because you remember, I was against Black Panther being.
We're not bringing that up in this live.
But that's the thing is, Wonder Woman 84 makes Black Panther look like Shawshank. I mean, it's because my defense was always, Black Panther, while incredibly important and a good film, I was like, it's relatively a generic Marvel movie that they're pushing it for social reasons, not the film reasons. But
ladies and gentlemen, if I cuss him out right now, just be aware of why.
But this is the thing is at least it was a really good movie. Like Wonder Woman 84 is not. It's fine. It's fine. It's like you're pushing that. Like I can't even say it deserves a nomination for visual effects. No. Costume design. I know you like Cheetah when she's mid Cheetah, but I thought she looked absolutely horrific. So it might get a nomination for that. The 80s, because they got to do a little bit of that. It would. So I mean, I don't know, because score, not necessarily. The soundtrack was good, but not it wasn't the original score that blew me away. I don't think. I mean, maybe. I mean,
the original score didn't.
I mean, well, the first.
Have you heard it?
But I just, it's good,
bro.
So, but
listen to that soundtrack. It's fucking amazing.
So, but my point here is the whole reason why they're even thinking of doing this is because the lack of competition.
Oh yeah.
So could it be nominated for a lot of these? Yeah, sure. I think that if it gets nominated for Best Picture or Best Director, I'll have a pretty big problem with that. I don't care if it's the only movie that came out this year. It doesn't deserve that. So it's pretty laughable. And no, they better not give it anything it doesn't deserve.
I completely and highly second all of that. It's just really stupid. But if you go for soundtracks, I got you. Anything else, you're just really pushing it.
I know. Yeah, I can't even think cinematography. Even I'm you can't. No.
Though good, not Oscar worthy.
Yeah.
All right, so we might have ourselves a new Adam Sandler in terms of Netflix.
Yeah.
So, Kevin Hart just signed a new first look deal with Netflix. So, let's pull it up here. Boom, bitch. I hit the button. Why aren't you working? Thank you. All right. So, Kevin Hart signs film and first look deal with Netflix. I wonder how much it's for. Probably some crazy ass. $100 million.
Well, no.
The deal calls for Hart to star and produce 4 features for the streamer and then enter a first look deal.
Yeah.
Interesting. Hart is currently shooting an action comedy, Man from Toronto, that is due to begin shooting. Oh, these pop-ups, Jesus Christ. All right, Man from Toronto, yeah, she's doing that now with Woody Harrelson. It was supposed to be with Jason Statham, which I was looking forward to, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he had to drop out. And he's due to begin shooting True Story, a dramatic limited series with Wesley Snipes. What?
Okay.
The latter is not part of the deal. Also, the docket is Borderlands. That's right, he is doing Borderlands. Oh shit, on a couple of sticks. You know about Borderlands, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Feature for Lionsgate.
Forgot about that.
That's going to be interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Here, the quote here. Partnering with Netflix is an amazing opportunity for Heartbeat and myself, said Hart in a statement. I'm excited to act in and produce cutting-edge films with Netflix. I'm extremely grateful to Ted Sarandos and Scott Stuber. We share the same creative vision and always put the audience first. This business is about growth, and my Heartbeat team continues to exceed my expectations with their ability to develop stories and relationships. Our goal is to make the Heartbeat name synonymous with first-class entertainment and narrative. Yes, but how much are you getting paid?
So what I read here on a different site is Adam Sandler's was said to be in the $150 million range.
Yeah, no, that's a lot.
Well, and Kevin Hart is probably going to be 3 times that much, I would probably say.
Oh, I imagine. Yeah.
I mean, so they're, you know, I love Adam Sandler, but every Netflix movie he's come out with has pretty much been bad.
Yeah, and fucking same.
Yeah, and so it's like, I like what Kevin Hart is saying there, because it honestly sounds like somebody said, hey, you need to distance yourself from when people think of Adam Sandler on Netflix. And so I liked how he said Heartbeat needs to be, you know, when people see that name, they need to think of good stories, you know, high quality, things like that. And if that's the case, if he can get Netflix to, you know, he pitches them a movie and they say, yeah, we'll give you a lot of money for it, and they go all out, great. I mean, and this also makes sense. I don't know if you saw that thing, but Netflix is doing like 70 movies this year.
Yeah, 71.
And so it's like, that's at least a movie a week that's brand new, original. And so
that's a great slate too, dude.
Right. And so this makes sense of saying, hey, we're locking you down for 4 movies, and then we get first look after that, even to where, you know, they can say, yeah, we'll take that, because it looks like they're trying to push movies. And because even Netflix has not made a phenomenal movie yet, in my opinion.
Have you not seen what was that, Extraction? That shit was fucking great.
No.
What?
It was cool. It wasn't a great film.
That was one of the best action films in the past. What?
Okay, you think Fast and the Furious deserves Best Picture, so that makes sense.
I never said that. Fuck you.
But
it's amazing, and the world knows it except for you. All right, so.
I mean, no, but that's the Extraction. Looks like it was made by a phenomenal stunt coordinator, and it was. That's who directed it, and so, but you know what I mean, like that one with Robert Pattinson and Tom Holland. What was it, Devil All the Time?
Seen that, yeah.
And see, neither have I, because people are like, nowhere near
it already.
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh,
but people are like, it you know, it just doesn't live up to the hype, and frustrates the hell out of me.
That's what they said about Cherry too.
Right. And then what about like Project Power with Jamie Foxx? Did you watch that?
I didn't. I kept trying. I just never got to it. I was like,
me either, because I don't feel the need, and I heard it was And I'm like, God damn it! Like that should be awesome. You know, it looked cool.
It did.
And so you know, Kevin Hart. It almost sounds like he's even trying to deviate from comedy when it comes. Yeah, no, for sure. Especially when it comes to this deal, because you can make money on a cheap comedy in theaters, right. But if you're going to put it on Netflix, you know, go out, go do something different. Since they're already paying you, try some new things. See, I mean, shit, why not? See if you can get some dramatic stuff going. So I'm about it for sure. And I mean, that man right there he works his ass off and he gets paid. So good on him.
Yeah, good for you, buddy.
Yeah.
So it's actually funny because I forgot about the whole Netflix thing, but they really didn't. At least I didn't look, so I'm never gonna lie and say that. And when they did a list of all that's coming out, I just know a few of them that they've shown, but a lot of it looks really fucking good. Like, sure. I was like, holy hell. A lot of ones I didn't know was happening, like this
right.
with Regina King and Idris and Jonathan, what's his name, Majors, like everybody, like it's a complete black ensemble Western, looks amazing.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? That there's another Chris Hemsworth movie in there I saw with him and Miles Teller. Red Notice, of course, which I'm really excited about. With The Rock and Ryan and Gal.
Right, great cast.
Yeah, great cast. And at the end, they slapped everyone on with Leo and fucking Jennifer Lawrence. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. I mean, that Malcolm and Marie with John David Washington and Zendaya, which they apparently filmed in quarantine.
Yeah.
When this all first hit, and that's available this month, which is wild.
Right. I haven't seen the trailer for it, to be honest.
No, neither have I, but I mean, I love both of them. And then Army of the Dead from Zack Snyder.
Right.
You know, I mean, their slate, it's one of those things, I don't know how they're ever going to make their money back, but I don't care about that. Give me some good shit.
Not my problem.
Yeah, exactly. So it really is a thing of what I'll say, because I did just say they haven't given me anything incredible.
Right.
And this slate is too massive, too diverse, too good looking to not give me something, at least a few just drop to the floor amazing films.
Right.
I mean, like, because I saw that, you know, Leo and Jennifer Lawrence, and I'm like, how much did they pay them? Like, it's crazy. So I'm definitely interested to see that one, because that tells me either, because this is what I've kind of felt is synonymous with Netflix. They bring Jamie Foxx an okay script for Project Power, and he's like,
a boatload of money. And
then they're like, but we're going to give you 3 times as much if you were going to do this in a theatrical release. And he's like, God damn, you know I'll do this. And that's what they do for everyone, you know. Or they go to a director and say, you got a script for me? And they say, sure. What's your budget? Whatever they say, they give it to them. You know, it's like,
yeah, they did that shit with Will Smith. Right.
Exactly.
I think he's still one of the highest paid ones, if not the still, for a Netflix deal.
Yeah. And so that's why I like when somebody like Kevin Hart's like, hey, we're doing quality. I want good narratives. And I'm like, yeah, because I don't associate that with Netflix. I associate Netflix with content. They want to make content. They don't care if they don't care if it's the second draft of the script instead of the 5th. You know, they're like, just get it out.
Right.
So I'm definitely excited. But you better make some good ones, please.
Yeah, we're begging you.
Yeah.
All right. So for our main headline now of the night, our main topic, which is really breaking down into a few, because there's a lot of shit. So Kevin Feige, like I said, came out. He was showing his ass. Putting his dick on the table again, and just sitting here just going through all of these shows, movies, rumors, all of it. We have a few here to share with you guys as well, and to give you our thoughts. And first off, we got some runtimes.
Yeah.
So Disney Plus, he sprinkled a little bit of things there regarding how long some shows will be. So we have, what was it? It was WandaVision and She-Hulk are going to be running for 30 minutes, 30 minutes for each one episode, and the latter for Wanda would be a little later, right?
I want to say he said, like, Wanda, they kind of just whatever the episode needed.
Right.
But then for She-Hulk, he basically flat out said, you know, it's this amount of episodes and they're 30 minutes long.
Right.
Which is interesting for sure.
Right. And where Falcon and Loki are going to be filmed for 40 and 50 plus minute episodes.
Yeah.
Which really, really excited about.
Because he said 6 episodes.
Yep.
That are 40 to 50 minutes, which is basically
10, right? WandaVision, She-Hulk is 10.
She-Hulk is 10, WandaVision's 9.
Okay.
And then, which makes sense if they're going to extend, you know, runtimes later on. It's not 10, it's 9. But then, you know, Falcon, like that's a 6-hour movie for Falcon the Winter Soldier. Or, I mean, 3-hour movie. Which
6 40 to 50 minute episodes.
Yeah, so that is awesome.
Oh, and Moon Knight as well.
Yeah. And yeah, man, I'm excited. It's going to be interesting. I think WandaVision's an interesting one to start on because it's going to waver probably drastically once you get to the finale versus the first, because I'm guessing that first episode where it's live studio audience, 50s sitcom, that'll probably be 23 minutes. Because I also still haven't heard anything about if they're going to release the first 2 episodes or not. I remember that rumor last week. Now that they've, you know, started talking, nobody's even asking the question.
They're just probably just waiting until it drops. Like, whatever, we'll see.
But I'm excited because I think that it'll make sense narrative-wise. Because I would guess that WandaVision's going to kind of be cut into 2 halves. And they're going to say, like, here's our fun sitcom stuff. And then all of a sudden the shit is going to hit the absolute fan. And they're going to be 45-minute long, just amazing episodes. So
I hope so. I genuinely hope so. Especially with a show like that, I need as much extended as I possibly can to know what the fuck is just going on.
So
yeah.
It's one of those things, too. I mean, I guess we can do a little bit of speculation since we, you know, next week we'll have seen at least the first episode when we're filming this. And, you know, because Paul Bettany kind of said, like, for some reason, he's, like, open to saying some shit. And even one thing, I was like, damn, I wish he didn't say that. And so I won't say it here. But one thing that they asked him was, you know, hey, is there ever, because what they brought up was, I think it was Brandon BD at comicbook.com. He was like, Mandalorian had the Baby Yoda reveal in the first episode of the first season. He was like, is there going to be any moment like that that's going to just take the world by storm? And he was like, I doubt it. He's like, nah, I don't know about that. You know, he's like, Baby Yoda's kind of a phenomenon. But,
right.
And he was like, okay, you're right. He's like, but he's like, about when, like, what episode do you think people are going to, like, lose it? And he was like, you know, there's 9 episodes. And he was like, 7, 8, and 9. He was like, but 7 and 8 is when, you know, it gets crazy. And so I'm sitting there going, like, God dang it, like, I haven't even seen one episode, and now I'm dying for 2 months from now. And, like, that sucks because I'm excited for, you know, just to see them being adorable and hilarious in a 50s environment. And now, but he was talking about, he was like, you know, you might be missing, like, the action in the first few, you know, episodes. He's like, but you get some battles at the end. And I'm like, fucking battles? I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, I didn't expect battles. And, you know, and I mean, Doctor Strange is supposed to show up at the end of the season, you know, to kind of lead into his movie.
Is it going to show up or is it just going to seamlessly tie through? Like,
no, he's filmed.
Oh, spoiler alert. Didn't know that. Fuck, Logan.
Sorry, man. And it could be 5 minutes, you know, I don't know. But I would guess that it's that finale, you know, so.
You son of a bitch.
I mean, so try to not get you any more excited, but yeah.
I want to be surprising, not fucking excited. I want to be surprised about that. Damn it.
Well, but everybody should know about that. I've known about that. I knew it when they were filming.
I didn't know that shit.
Before they filmed.
I stay away from things.
Yeah, I hear you. I just saw right here that WandaVision's budget was $150 million. So that tells me it's going to get wild towards the end.
Somebody, yeah.
All right.
All right. Yeah. Fair enough. All right. God damn it.
That wasn't even the spoiler I was talking about, but that's my bad.
All right. Don't say it. I'm fine.
I'm good.
All right. But all right. So, guys, if you're watching this again on playback and you made it this far, consider subscribing to the channel. Hit that button and that notification bell down below. It's right there on there. I'm trying to think if I'm on the screen. Is it on the left-hand side? Whatever side the bitch is on, click on it.
There you go.
Yeah, that's just that. All right, so Kevin Feige also had something to say about good old Spidey 3. There's been a lot of casting situations going on as of late.
Yeah.
A lot of announcements, a lot of hopes, a lot of smoke and mirror, a lot of just everything. But Kevin Feige has said that some Spider-Man 3 casting rumors are shockingly close, but some of it is fake. What do we think about that? And what can be fake? Was it all bullshit? Or is this statement itself smoke and mirrors?
Well, in that quote, did he specifically say the casting rumors? Or did he? I thought he just said this, the rumors, like overall. But
so from here on the source I'm doing, which is through fandom, so if it's fucked up, blame fandom.
Okay.
Casting rumors, but when I did open it up, it was speculating more about general type rumors. So I'm not entirely sure, unless it's just a combination of both.
Right. I mean, I want to say the quote that I saw was mostly just talking about like, hey, some rumors are on, some aren't,
right,
which makes sense, but because I don't think that he would necessarily comment on casting, because that would kind of give things away. But let's see here. Okay, here's the specific quote. Feige said, I've read some things. I'm not sure I've read all things. The fun thing about online speculation when it comes to our stuff is how sometimes it couldn't be more off, and sometimes it's shockingly close. And that's held true for the last few years. But saying which is which would take all the fun out of everything. And so, I definitely think
so. A bunch of clickbait motherfuckers.
Possibly, but it's I definitely think this is a point where what Kevin Feige wants you to know about Spider-Man 3 is not a damn thing. Like the fact that we know it's a multiverse story, we know, like, I guess he has said, hey, WandaVision will lead directly into that, or, that will lead directly from WandaVision in a way. So we kind of know, like, oh, it's probably multiverse type of thing, but that's all he wants us to know. So when they're reading rumors, he's probably sitting there going, who the hell is talking? So he's like, no, y'all are wrong as shit. Like that's what he's like, nah, y'all are way off, usually. So I think it's, I definitely think that we've got some things right. I think that they've, I would be surprised if Toby hasn't signed on yet. Because last that I heard, they pretty much had everyone, maybe not Emma Stone at the time, like the last time I read it, but because apparently now she's pregnant. And so people were talking about pregnant in real life. So people were talking about if she was going to be Spider-Gwen, how could they do that? But
yeah, they did it fucking
ScarJo
and Gal, so why not?
So I think it's completely possible, but I do think, in my personal opinion, if you're going to do a multiverse story and bring in Andrew Garfield, you have to. It is a must to get Toby to bring that around. And so I think it is a thing. I think Toby knows it, and Toby's going to get probably a Robert Downey Jr. sized paycheck from Sony to appear, and they are going to cut that check all day long.
He's stupid. But...
Oh yeah, for sure. But when you got the leverage, you got the leverage, and he's definitely got it. Because that's the thing too, is what scares me about a movie like this, in terms of Spider-Man, or anytime I see this, is they're currently filming, and they've been filming for a week, or a month, and they're like doing casting. I'm like, what the hell? Like, this should have been done. I thought you had a plan. I thought you had a script. You should have cast it from the script. And it's like, so it just scares me when it's like somebody like Tobey Maguire, who is a massive, part of that script and that story, I would guess, if he's supposed to be in it, and they haven't even got him to sign a contract yet, and they're filming. The big ones are the ones that I'm like, Jesus.
But that's the thing about casting too, which I've noticed, and they typically do. So a lot of these casting announcements that they say, "Oh, we're still casting," that shit has already been casted, done, and filming for God knows how long.
Yeah.
They just have the permission of like, "Oh, announce it. Has just entered the cast." Or blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, there's no fucking way any of that logically makes sense. Time frame, whatever. So it's like all that shit's been done. Now they just have the okay to announce the shit. So I said, "Oh, wait, I just saw somebody was just casting some shit in like a mysterious role. Some woman."
It was for WandaVision.
Yeah, there you go.
But that's just like an announcement. You know, like they're like, "Hey, also this girl's in it," and it's like, okay, cool. You know, she's obviously filmed it a long time ago.
Right. So like, has joined the cast. I'm like, bitch, you've been in there. You ain't just joined.
Yeah, right. But it's like, it's when the people that actually like somehow get the scoops and they're like, he hadn't signed on yet, and it's like they've been filming for a month. It's like, that's wild.
Well, because Toby's an asshole.
Right.
Not, completely out of the realm of possibility. So, like, whatever.
But I hope for because I've kind of been on the record and say I'm usually pretty anti-Sony when it comes to how they make movies. They tend to frustrate me, but this one is produced by Marvel Studios, and so I would like to think that they're going to cut that check, just to, hey, we got a good script. Because also one thing that I liked was the director of WandaVision. He was asked, and he said, no, me and John Watts, the director of Spidey 3, definitely had conversations to kind of make that a seamless, here's what we're doing. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, see, that's why I like Marvel. Is they're going to say, hey,
it's always a collaborative.
Yeah, let's make sure this flows right. And I always dig that. So I'm excited, but I can't wait to see. This is one that there's so many rumors, and I think that's why Sony originally said like, hey, we're going to announce something pretty soon. It was supposed to be in December, and I don't think Toby signed on yet. But I think they're trying to announce something early because there's so much that could get, paparazzi, whatever. And so they want to get an official announcement out as quick as possible. And I think that makes total sense.
Yeah, I would completely agree. Was it this movie? Was Tom Hardy coming into this movie, they said, or was Tom going into Venom? I forgot which one it was.
I don't remember them ever saying he was going to be in 3.
Yeah,
I think what I've heard, which doesn't make sense to me now, but obviously I haven't seen the movie or know the story, but they've kind of said like Spider-Man 3 is definitely Tom Holland's movie, but Spider-Man 4 is Spider-Verse, and so it's like somehow like it seems like everybody that they're gonna cameo in this one will be in the next one, and so that's probably a tough sell too. But I want to say I remember them saying Tom Hardy will definitely be in Spider-Man 4. And I'm like, you don't even know. Like, there's no way but shit.
I'd love that shit. Make it happen. All right.
One thing I saw, Venom 2 trailer, Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh, apparently. We'll see. Hopefully.
Yeah. I'm
excited for that.
But also,
so excited for that.
Also, COVID probably is going to push that release date, and they're just going to scrap it. But who knows?
Oh, I don't care. I'm so excited for that movie. Tom Hardy and Woody Harrelson playing 2 fucked up, mentally charged, fucking symbiotic mutt. Please.
I gotta see Woody in it. I gotta have the context of what he's actually gonna do. I'm nervous.
Why? It's fucking Woody Harrelson.
Did you see him at the end of that movie? He looked like
He doesn't look like that in this one.
Right. You see how they're already swapping shit? So that's why I'm like, I need to see
everybody gets a haircut, damn it. Listen.
Did you hear it?
Oh yeah, I'm here for the voice. I'm all here for Woody Harrelson crazy.
Okay.
Always. Okay. Yeah. Because he does it so beautifully. So I'm here for it.
He's great.
Yeah. All right. So another topic that completely pisses me off if they do this. They put up a good fight. They did. But apparently Black Widow, they're about to throw in the fucking flag or the towel or the fucking rock, the stone, throw whatever the fuck out the window and just bite and do a stream release and a theatrical release. Hasn't been confirmed, hasn't been set in stone, hasn't been like this is happening, but talks are going on now. This is so fucking stupid. If they do this, I'm damn sure not watching this bitch on my couch at all.
Oh, no.
I had to for Wonder Woman because I had no fucking choice.
Yeah.
Black Widow, absolutely not. I am not seeing that fine ass in leather on a small ass fucking TV. My TV's not small, but compared to a fucking movie theater screen, it is. Yeah. I need to see that ass in full fucking HD 4K all over the fucking wall.
Yeah.
I need to see that. I refuse. That's bullshit. What do you got to say? I'm just gonna rant on.
So what I saw on that, I didn't hear the rumor that they might be doing streaming. I just heard they might push it again.
Simultaneous release.
And so I'm hoping it's not a simultaneous release, obviously. But I've pretty much heard that every summer release right now is pretty much up in the air, probably going to get pushed again. Like I want to say Bond is supposed to get pushed to, I think, November again. It was April, then it was November, and then it was April, and now it might be November again, I think, is what I've heard. Right. Something like that.
And sidebar on that, did you see also not only is a pushback, but they showed the film to like a whole bunch of streamers for like $600 million, and nobody even wanted to pay half of that shit.
Yeah. So that also tells me that the movie's probably not good.
Fuck.
That, like, you know, because it sucks to say, but like Netflix not paying that tells me the movie's probably not great.
Fucking dollars? That's a lot, though.
But like not half of it, if that's true. Like they would pay $300. You know, because I would guess you pay $300 that, or you buy that, you get the streaming rights to them all, the whole, you know, in this recent franchise. You know, so like hey, Netflix, I could see them buying them all for $300, but if they didn't even, you know, bat an eye at that, probably tells me the movie's not great. I want it to be great. I haven't seen any of these recent James Bonds.
What?
Yeah, I own them, and I was going to, I bought them months before it was supposed to originally come out, and I was going to watch them all and then go into the last one, and I've just been delayed. So, yeah, it's freaking annoying. I bought them in 4K. I couldn't wait to watch them, and haven't been able to yet because I don't know when it's gonna come.
What in the holy fuck shit? Okay, hold on. Is there a way that, how do you, we're gonna figure some shit out because that's just blasphemous. And it
is.
Okay. I'll talk to you after the show. Right. So all right, cool. So we have that. Again, if Black Widow doesn't release shit, I'm going to riot. I am
right.
I'm going to find like a Marvel exec or whatnot through Twitter, like, hey, I run this show. Come on, let's talk.
Right.
I'm gonna stream it, and the minute they pop up, I'm gonna pull my dick out and piss all over the screen. I'm gonna be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh man,
that's how upset I will be. So. You guys, you're welcome.
I mean, it's literally, if you're watching this, please go get your vaccine. Go tell everyone to get it because we're trying to get back in theaters, man. That's kind of where I'm at right now.
Get the shot in your ass. Be safe.
I mean, yeah, you get the flu shot. Go ahead and get this one, and let's try to move on and try to, you know, actually bring our theatrical lives back. Because, man, I'm tired of like, because I am in Texas and they have been open, but we are having a massive surge. You know, I mean, COVID is as bad as it's been, you know, basically. And A, that's ridiculous. And then also B, it's like, man, we gotta figure this out. Like, we're so far behind as a country. Right. So I'm really, really hoping we can get this figured out. And it sucks to say, it's like, you know, it's mostly because of movies. But it's like, it's a massive part of, you know, it's my passion. So it's like, I want that experience back to where I want to be next to strangers. Right. You know, I want to have that scream at the screen, you know, going crazy type of thing. God, I know. So
bring back theater blowjobs. Woo.
Well, sorry. Next to strangers?
Not so much in the pack theaters. Oh my god, I remember. Oh my god, I was so bad. Good lord.
Don't even.
Yeah, but anywho, see, I fight for all rights and freedoms. But
I don't know about that.
What?
I might.
Bro, that shit is amazing. You're bugging. But anywho, that's for another topic.
Yeah.
Another time.
I think that's for a different website.
Not with me, it's not.
Okay,
no filter on this. But sadly, I should look into buying one. But whatever. All right. So, for our last piece of news, and I'm so, oh my god, so excited. So excited, so happy. This shit, I instantly just did a little post drip when I saw this. So, see? No filter. Deadpool. Oh, what is this? Did some different shit. You tried to be special.
What was that? Yeah,
No.
I was like, oh wow, John went all out for that one.
Right. See, that's really taking the fucking spotlight again. But there you go. Deadpool 3 staying rated R from Kevin Feige himself. Lord Feige, you're a goddamn genius.
This has been confirmed for a long time.
Has it?
But people keep just going like, is it confirmed? Is it? And so Feige,
Right.
thank God, somebody just asked Kevin, it came from his mouth.
Yes, this one we needed.
But like it came from Bob Iger's mouth, who was actually over Kevin like 6 months ago. And nobody believed him. And it's like, how do you not believe him? But it really is a thing of like, this gets me excited coming from Kevin, because it goes, okay, Marvel's open to this, so Blade has options, has possibilities.
There's no fucking options. It's just better.
But then also it's I get excited for the possibility of somehow getting Spidey mixed with Deadpool and how incredible that could be. So
that's going to be amazeballs. But I have the quote pulled up right here for you all to see. It will be rated R. And we're working on a script right now, and Ryan's overseeing a script right away, which I love. I love that.
Oh yeah.
Keeping Ryan's like, because that's the only way he's going to do that. She's like, listen, you bringing me over, I had complete control over the other ones. That needs to stay the fucking same. Like oversight all that, which is great because nobody understands him like him. So keep that. It will not be filming this year. Ryan is very busy, very successful actor. We've got a number of things we've already announced that we now have to make, but it's exciting for it to have begun. Again, a very different type of character in the MCU, and Ryan is a force of nature, which is just awesome to see him bring that character to life. So this is amazing, but this also sucks for me for selfish reasons, because it's like this is now going to be twice I'm going to miss an opportunity for Deadpool to interact with somebody I fucking love. I missed it with fucking Hugh Jackman and Wolverine. Now I'm gonna miss it with fucking Robert Downey and Iron Man. I'm like, god damn it. But at least we still have Spidey. I'm really happy about that.
Yeah.
And then we'll see for everybody else. But this makes me really, really happy. And just again, Feige keeps throwing his dick out on the table, just showing why he is Lord Feige. I'm like, come on, man. This is just gonna be amazing. I can't wait.
It really, really is. It's awesome, and this is what I'm talking about. The certainty. Kevin Feige talks, and he's like, "Oh no, we're good. Like, don't worry about it. I've got you." And like, I feel like he's just holding me, and he's just like, "Don't worry. Like,
right.
I know you're anxious. I know you're nervous. For the next few years. I'll just tell you, I'm not gonna spoil a thing, but I fucking got you." And I'm like, I'm just crying like, yes, Kevin. The only thing I will say, and this, I guess I don't know your exact thoughts, but I'm not the biggest fan of Deadpool 2. I think the first Deadpool is literally a 10 out of 10 movie with a low budget. So like some of the CG I kind of feel bad for. So I look past it, but like as a written film, I think it's 10 out of 10. I'm obsessed with it. I love the first one. I think that the second one was, and I do think the second one was a pretty massive drop off in quality for me. I think the budget went up, and I think the quality of the script went down because they we're trying to push it out. And it is a thing where the first one was literally written over and over for like 6 years or something, with those same two writers, and obviously Ryan involved. But so, you know, then you give them a year and a half or whatever to write another one. But it is something where I hope, you know, they bring back the quality of the writing in the first one, because in the second one it just felt like a lot of there were so many jokes I didn't laugh at, and they were meant to be funny, whereas in the first one there's not a joke that doesn't hit
right
in the first one, and that feels like Deadpool. He's just so cutthroat and hilarious, and it's you know, just it's terrible that you're laughing to every single one of these jokes, but they're that funny. And I didn't get that in the second one, and still the Brad Pitt cameo infuriates me. I think it's so bad in the second one.
How?
Because it's the worst CG I've ever seen. It's like, and it's such a thrown in, like, let's just do that, and they bring in all these characters and just kill them off one by one in this repeated fashion. I'm like, this is not funny. Like, that
was hilarious. You're bugging. That was
movie. So that's the thing, is like, a lot of people thought it was funny, and that's great. But I am somebody, if they make Deadpool 3 in that vein, my excitement's gonna go way down for that character, and that's fine. It just frustrates me because the first movie I really do think is perfect.
That's the only thing that worries me, is that, you know, Reese and Warnick, I think that's both of their names, whatever, the writers of the first two will not be writing this one. That's the only thing that really worries me, but I guess that's good to why Ryan is kind of overseeing it. But it does suck that those writers aren't coming back, because I feel like they understand Deadpool. And for me, I loved Deadpool 2. It's definitely a different feel to it. Definitely.
Yeah.
But I feel it still greatly works within the vein of the character and what's happening. Yeah, some things don't land as much as, you know, the first. The first one was damn near just perfect. But
yeah,
I thought it was still a great film. I think towards the middle bit, it gets a little like, maybe you're trying a little bit too much. I think the only scene in the entire movie where I felt like this is dragging, does not go anything, is when we're first introduced to Fire Fist. I felt like those jokes then were a lot more forced. I'm like, all right, this is a little, all right, cool. But then the rest of the movie all just kind of picks up and runs for me. But yeah, we'll see. Like I said, this is a great step, and like you said, this opens up possibilities to more R-rated content for, you know, Blade and Moon Knight and things like that. So I hope they really stick to it, because now that Disney Plus has the star section,
correct,
for all of its, you know, inappropriateness, which is fucking brilliant too, by the way.
Oh my God.
Did that. This type of, those things can definitely go on there, and they can create more content for that.
Which I will say one thing I saw, because I don't know a ton about Moon Knight personally, so I've got, like, I remember you saying you wanted R-rated and all that. And I did see somebody was like, oh my God, this, you know, Deadpool 3 being R-rated means Blade, it means Moon Knight can. And somebody said, okay, rein that back a little bit. Moon Knight is a Disney Plus show.
Yeah.
It's not a Star show. And so I was like, okay, so that means that'll be PG-13, more than likely, is what that.
But just because it's not a Star show, I don't think there was nothing announced saying, our just Star Star original content. It's just all of our R-rated bad shit will go over there on Star.
Yeah.
Like, maybe down the road they'll make shit, but I don't think so. I think it's all just gonna be Disney Plus. But if this shit's a lot more like, okay, we need to explore some shit, take your ass over there to Star. Like, that's where it would be.
I am really excited though to be able to have with Star, like, I can get on there and watch Logan and all its R-rated incredibleness on Disney Plus. But this is something that, you know, that this is everything that we've ever wanted. Like, the MCU can go R-rated. It's like, are you serious?
Facts.
Like that's it. It really is something where I hope that this continues until I'm an old ass man.
Right.
Like, but also I'm gonna be selfish, and I hope that it ends before I die. I hope I get to see the end game movie of the whole MCU, and so I can just get like the whole picture.
Sure you will.
And yeah,
and it's funny. I just bringing up Moon Knight and all this shit. I just realized fucking Oscar Isaac is playing Moon Knight and fucking Solid Snake. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Jesus, that man's busy.
Yeah, okay. He's getting paid too.
Yeah, he's getting. Yeah, Jesus. All right, well, the Solid Snake, I don't know. Moon Knight, sure.
Yeah.
I still would have liked Shia LaBeouf, but he's doing too fucking crazy now.
He's too crazy, man. I know he was my top choice too, and I can't recommend him, and I hate that, but I really can't.
God damn it!
He's too perfect for the character because he's a crazy motherfucker.
Right. So shit, use that. There you go. He's crazy. Just film him, stalk him with a camera, and throw some CG characters on him, and then that's.
Hey Ty, here's a camera. Go to Egypt.
Wait, don't tell him he's filming.
Yeah.
But yeah. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap it up for episode 6. Yeah, episode 6 of the Film Cave. Golly, I'm getting old. Can't even keep up with numbers. Not even at 10. Episode 6 of the Film Cave. We want to thank you for joining us this evening. If you're watching on playback, thank you so much. You're a rock star. Hopefully you like what you saw. You subscribe at this point and hit that notification bell, and you be notified for next week's episode and just anything else that we throw out. Be sure to subscribe to Logan Swish's channel in the description box below. Do you have anything coming up, brother, this week that to look out for?
I mean, we got WandaVision, man. That's really the thing. Is this is where I'm excited for literally the entire year of this show, of the Film Cave. And obviously our channels and our excitement of all that, because starting next week, we are going to have, spoiler talk of WandaVision every Wednesday for you guys. It's exactly what we did for Mandalorian.
Hard heavy.
And man, this is going to be a good time, because it's pretty much going to lead straight into Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and we'll have Black Widow hopefully, and then we'll have Loki, and it'll be a never-ending stream of stuff for you guys to hear us talk about and get excited for and get hyped for. So definitely be on the lookout.
And then also, guys, one more month, next month, it will officially be live again.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, so there's going to be so much. Look, guys, stay tuned. The channel, the fucking show is going to grow.
Yeah.
You guys are going to be a part of it single-handedly. You can join the show, you can call in, you can send your questions, join us here on the show, everything. We're going to have guests. Guys, we're getting ready to blow up. So make sure, again, subscribe, share this shit. All right? It's going to be our year.
Come to the cave.
Yes.
Come in.
Yes, and we cannot wait for you guys to join us. It's going to be fun as shit. But, anywho, thank you all for stopping by. I'm Knight.
And I'm Logan.
And we'll see y'all in the cave. Take it easy. Peace.
Later, guys.